All right, guys, I finally got the drive shaft in the car. I just want to show you some things related to that. I'm gonna crawl under the car, safely supported on stands, and so here we go. Here's a drive shaft. A few things. So up close to the, well, let's start back here. This is where I started. I have the diff flange, companion flange. You can see those are the new self-locking nuts that I bought. A word of caution, these new nuts are a little bit smaller than the original ones. They're actually 16 millimeters or 5/8. They're not 17 millimeters like the original ones from 1986. So if you buy these brand new ones, just remember you have to find a 5/8 or 16 millimeter open-ended wrench. And 16 millimeter open-ended wrench is a rare bird. So more than likely 5/8 will suit you well. And you can see where I have my grease pen to line up the drive shaft with the companion flange on the diff. So that went in okay. And then moving down, I went up to the Guibo, strange name I know, flex disc, and it's a total of 6 bolts, but 3 hold it into the flange here, the other 3 hold it into the flange on the transmission, and they're 90 foot-pounds to torque. So again, you can see the grease pen. When I torque them, I just mark them so I know which ones have been done. And so that went not too bad. And the center support bearing was a little bit trickier and a little bit tougher than I thought it would be. I spent a bit of time on it actually. So this is the E34 center support bearing, and I decided to preload it to about 5 millimeters. And you can see some of the marks I made with a Sharpie and also with my grease pen, just to get it lined up and then shifted. And the E34 actual mount here, I had to just take my Dremel and just hog it out just a millimeter or 2 on either side, because the threads of the actual bolt was catching on it. So just to make it easier for it to slide and not have it bind, I just had to take my Dremel and just open it up just a bit. As you can see, they're ovalized holes anyway. And I played with that for actually quite a while, adjusting it back and forth until I felt like I had my 5 millimeter preload on there. So that was tricky. Never had to do that before, but I think it's good now. And of course, the proof is when I drive it, and we'll listen for any strange noises and stuff, but I think I'm okay there. And then the threaded collar right here, I tightened it once the center support bearing was installed and tightened, and then I went ahead and tightened this guy. And I had to end up using a pair of channel locks, because this is like almost 2 inch, or just maybe a bit more than 2 inches, and I didn't have an open-ended crescent that was wide enough, and so I had to end up using carefully my channel locks on that. But I got it nice and tight. It's all tightened down. You can see I put a little bit of anti-seize on there as well. And we're good to go now. So the next thing to do is just to put the heat shield on and button it up. So take care.